Hey, welcome to your Fun Friday. This is the beginning of April, so I'm excited that you're here, and I am hoping that your New Year's resolutions, your motivation have not wavered, and you are ready to keep going and keep going strong. But there is something that I wanted to discuss specifically today, and it's just because this comes up a lot in people's new programs, and when I do challenges, it comes up a lot too. So, there are certain things that happen to the body whenever we start a new program, particularly if we're doing a weightlifting program, and it can sometimes kind of freak people out. Most of the time it's the ladies. The ladies, we tend to be a little more freaked out than the men, because the men, you know, number one, not too many men, now I do know some, but not too many men are obsessed over the scale and things like that. You know, most of the time if their jeans are tight, it's just because they think you put them in the dryer, or like the manufacturer started making them weird or something. But anyways, so what I want to talk to you about is the possibility of weight gain when you begin a new program, particularly if you're doing either weights or even high intensity training, something like a kickboxing program or something that your body's really not used to. And what happens is, as we go about these programs and as we're pretty much inflicting pain on the body, and when you lift weights, what you're doing is you're lifting enough weight so that you're making these little micro tears in the muscle. Okay, little bitty micro tears. It's nothing that's going to harm you for life. It's actually a good thing. You want to make those little micro tears, because then your body goes in, it pulls off your branched chain amino acids, all of these things that you need, you know, that chicken that you ate, and it starts filling in those little tears. And then that's what makes the muscle stronger and more resilient. That's why there are certain components of the program that you really don't want to skip. Mainly your stretching. You don't want to stop stretching, because as it fills in those little holes and notches in the muscle, you want it to keep its length and its flexibility. If we skip the stretching portion all the time, then the muscles will tend to shorten up, and we can also have some tendon, ligament, joint issues for that. So don't skip your stretching. Okay, that's my first point. Also, if you have some weight gain, what is normally happening is when you start a new program, it's probably something that you haven't done either ever, or maybe you haven't done it in a really long time. Even if you're a seasoned athlete, there's a lot of bodybuilders that go through this, although a lot of bodybuilders do this on purpose because they know what's going to happen. But you go through and you change your program up. You're either changing the time of day that you work out, or you're changing your number of reps, you're changing the weight on your bar, you're changing the load, the actual physical load, or you're changing the training load so far as maybe you're doing more reps than you usually do. Maybe where you had, you know, like a chest press, and you at one point were doing, you know, 10 to 12. Well, if you get on a program like pump, or, you know, go to a body pump class, or you just on your own decide to do more reps and you're pushing it to 20 or 30, then your body is going to respond. So a little bit of weight gain at the beginning, particularly of weight training programs and classes, is a good thing, because what the body is doing is it's having to take some time to adapt. It's having to gather its forces. Usually what you are seeing on the scale is a reflection of water weight gain, which is your body trying to pump up your blood volume to really accommodate all of the load that's being placed on it now. So it's something that is expected. So what I usually recommend to everybody, if your water intake isn't where it should be, and we all need to be at about 96 ounces a day, usually minimum. And most of the population around about where I am, most of my clients, okay, things like that, are hitting maybe 30 ounces, which is really low. And so you're spending your day in a constant state of dehydration, which is not good for your skin, it's not good for your muscles, it's not good for your brain, it's really not good for your metabolism. So drink your water, okay? Drink it, just do it. But if you're not, you know, especially if you're not drinking the amount of water that you should be drinking, then up that as soon as possible, get it going, and be aware that it takes 7 to 10 days for your body to help reabsorb that water and utilize it in the muscles, as opposed to you just running to the bathroom all the time. So for 7 to 10 days, get used to a little extra cardio. Okay, it's good for you. It'll be fun. And but after that mark, then your body, you know, you won't be running to the bathroom all the time. You know, you don't see people with gallon jugs working out at the gym, and between every set they're not running to the bathroom. Okay, your body gets more used to it. It's all right. It's all good. So just make sure that you're up in your water intake. If you're on a heavy duty training regimen, or if you're on a split regimen where you're doing maybe cardio in the morning, weights at night, something like that, you need to be getting in excess of a gallon a day, maybe a gallon and a half. Make sure that your electrolytes are balanced and everything. Sure sign of electrolytes being off balance or chronic headaches. So just be careful of that. But make sure that you're getting enough water that's going to help you kind of flush out some of the water weight that the body's trying to hold on to. But for the first few days of a new program, I usually tell people, especially when they come and see me and we're working more with weights, maybe they haven't done that in a long time, we do not redo their weight on the scale for 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes 8. And it just depends on the person, because everybody's body fluctuates a little different and everybody's body is going to take that in differently. So stay off the scale. Just know that what you are doing is working, and I cannot stress this enough because I myself really, really struggle with this. Trust the process. Just trust the process. There's days when, you know, I eat as clean as I can when I've been working out, and I wake up and I look at my abs and I'm like, oh, it's not where I wanted to be. And then like 2 days later, I've had a cheat meal and I've, you know, gone off the deep end, whatever. You know, I skipped a workout, which no, not really. Or maybe I didn't do the one I intended. I did something else. And then my abs will be flat as a board. So your body just, it takes its own kind of detours and stuff. So don't judge it day by day. Just know that what you're doing is a process that is accumulative over a length of time. That's why everything needs a commitment. Between 30 and 90 days is usually what you're looking at to make a difference. So while you're here, be sure to stop by the challenges, see if there's one that you dig that you can sign up for today. And until next time, have a healthy day.